Now, before getting on with the video, and I probably should have mentioned this last time too, I realized that this is a very large game. Many of you watching might not have gotten the chance to see all 100 endings this game has to offer. So if you don't want to be spoiled, feel free to save these two videos into your watch later playlist, go do what you gotta do, and then come back. That way you can shit on my opinions with more accuracy. More fun for everyone. So not too long ago, I had the pleasure of getting all 100 endings in the 100-line Last Defense Academy. Would I recommend this experience to anyone? No. Dear God, no. But please, find something better to do with your time. I'm begging you. Yeah, not all story routes are made equally in this game. So today, I'm going to root out all the duds, highlight the best of the best, and mention all the ones in between, I guess. I'll be judging these story routes based on how fun they are, how good the pacing is, how meaningful they are, and how satisfying their multiple endings end up being. As for the tiers, we got from top to bottom. S is great, A is good, B is inoffensive, C means I could do without them, and D means the route is straight up just insulting. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to subscribe or I'll kill myself. I'm serious, I spent the last 2 months playing this game. You really think anyone will miss me? First up, I'm going by the order I played these routes in, by the way. First route I found myself in was the conspiracy route. You can imagine how confused I was when I got here. And looking back on it, I'm still just as confused. What even was that ending? Does anybody know? So we get here after we ignore Kaku's warning to save Gaku no matter what, which is complete bullshit, by the way, because I had plenty of turns to spare to save both Kurara and Gaku, but the game's like, no. One thing leads to another, and then some guy called Goto hacks Nigo, convinces Takumi to destroy Sire, forgo the operation, and return to the satellite, supposedly. If we decide to disobey him at any time, boom, bad ending. Multiple bad endings even. All a part of the 100 so-called real endings. So anyway, we continue following his orders, only to get this very ominous bus ride to Second to Last Defense Academy with no dialogue. It's really creepy. The ending's also called Lambs to the Slaughter, so that doesn't sound very nice. This got me really intrigued to figure out what the hell was going on, and I was hoping we'd come back to this at some point, but we never do. We never even figure out who Goto really is, so what was the point of this? Am I just dumb? It feels like a prototype story route that was accidentally left in the game. So it's going in D tier, because what the fuck. Next is the Eva Route. Now this is an S tier route right here. As far as I'm concerned, this is the game's true ending. I'm being deadass right now. Eva's such a treasure. I loved her from the moment she opened her mouth. And since the game was nice enough to give me the option to ditch these assholes and team up with her instead, you bet your ass I'm taking it. This route could end in one of two ways. Either we save our allies from Veshness, but have Eva die in the process, because she's the best, so of course she does. Or we could say, screw those guys, they're not worth saving, and impregnate our hot alien waifu instead. No, don't do that. Let her go out in a blaze of glory. That's a much better memory for Eva. Next, I had to go back and kill Eva, so we're already off to a bad start with this next one. We learn the truth about what and who we really are, and are told to either continue fighting as the bad guys or turn our backs on humanity. I, as a reasonable person of course, decided to say, fuck humanity. What gives us the right to say our lives are more important than those of Futurums? Nothing. We don't have that right. So I played the Rebellion route first, and I loved it. It's going in A tier. Really good moments in this route, like Eito outsmarting Sire, but my one complaint is that the bad endings in this one are pretty bullshit. Like that one where Takumi, for some reason, decides that Commune is evil, and then she becomes evil because he accused her being evil. Like, what? And the whole who are you going to save, Nozomi or Commune thing was just really unnecessary. It felt shoehorned in just so we don't get that perfect ending. Like, really? They're really going to die from shrapnel of all things? Otherwise though, pretty good route. I think it's a perfectly good place to stop playing too. I say that because the actual quote-unquote true ending is not as good. Up next is Last Defense Academy second scenario. We know this one is the true ending because it's the only one with pre-rendered cutscenes, so that gives it some bonus points. My number one reason for hating this route though is the fact that Takumi and the others blatantly agree to razing an entire planet to the ground. I want to say that this is a symptom of serious brainwashing, but I don't think so. Otherwise, the rebellion route wouldn't even be a thing. The characters all piss me off so much in this one, especially when they act all shocked, sad, and pissed off over Veshness blowing up the satellite. Like it isn't fair game, since they were literally trying to do the same thing to her planet. This route just left a bad aftertaste in my mouth, even if Takumi decided to do the right thing by the end. As for good points, the actual ending was pretty good, even if the journey to get there absolutely wasn't. It's the only route where we get to fight an actual final boss that we've never fought before, so that was fun. And I mean, at least all the shitty humans are dead and gone now, so yay! I'm pairing the reset route along with this one, by the way, because even though they call it a route, it's just a single cutscene that doesn't really add anything of value anyway. I'm gonna give these routes a B tier, not too bad, not too great. Next up is the Goodbye Eito route. Listen to those fangirls cheer. This route is essentially here to punish us if we choose not to forgive Eito for being a murderous psychopath. It punishes us by making us feel bad. It shows us that he really is trying to change for the better, which we should have realized after he crushed his own eyes and burned his own nostrils just to be with us again. This route was short and sweet. It has us controlling Eitos, so we finally get access to his inner thoughts for once. And it actually manages to redeem him to some degree, as he goes out in a blaze of glory to save a group of kids. I like this route, and not much to complain about. I'm giving it an S tier, definitely one I think everyone playing the game should see. So anyway, now that Eitos redeemed himself, let's kill him. Again. This one's just fucking brutal. It has us in a very interesting scenario where we're now possessed by Eito's spirit, and as he continues to play mind games on us. And this isn't the same Eito we were talking about last week. Oh, hell no. Even Satan would be like, "God damn, Eito, that's a bit much, don't you think?" Eito makes it so that every time Takumi observes another person, all he sees is Eito. Not only that, he can also willingly control Takumi's movements anytime he pleases. It's just fun seeing Takumi try to overcome this hurdle, seeing him come up with plan after plan, only for Eito to outsmart him every single time. That's the one thing I hate about this route though, it's that no matter what we do, Eito is always one step ahead. He always wins, so I would have liked it more had we had at least one singular outcome where Takumi comes out on top. Preferably the one where he killed himself over and over, because that went on for a while. There being no light at the end of the tunnel kinda renders this route a bit pointless, so I'm giving it a B tier. It's just alright. Next up, Serial Battles route. Fuck this one, it shattered my endless streak of S ranks, because that last fight with the double Veshnesses was for once slightly inconvenient. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this one. We tell Shion to fuck off once, and suddenly we have to fight like 30 unskippable battles back to back. The game's combat is fun, don't get me wrong, but it's not that fun. I would have liked this one more had there been some grand revelation revealed at the end, but no, it's just, oh shit, we could travel between timelines, like we didn't know that already. I'm giving this one a C tier. The only reason it's not in D tier is because I can come back to it every now and then when I get bored of all the readings of the other routes. Gives me something else to do. Next up is the casual route. My god, is this one just complete, utter garbage. Just a complete waste of time. Literally nothing happens in this one. The entire route, it's just Takumi looking for things to do because nothing happens. And oh ho ho, it turns out he was just in a coma this entire time. What a twist. So stupid. They tried to pull some blue pill, red pill decision by the end, but do you really think I care? But like genuinely, after you made me sit through 2 hours of talking about milk cartons and playing poker, you really think I'm gonna give two shits about the ending now? Avoid this route at all costs. Next, Box of Blessings route, another one that fucking sucks. And not just because we had to kill Eva again to get here. This one is just painful. They have us go around collecting these boxes for hours with the hope of reviving our friends, which we actually succeed in that one time despite Gaku's horniness, but the route just ends there. What was the point of this? This one's insulting in the sense that it doesn't respect my time. On the flip side though, the Box of Calamities route is actually pretty good. Not only is there an actual engaging mystery to unravel in this one, it also gives us actual closure. Can you believe it? Sure, only 3 people managed to survive, but I'll take that any day over, oh, and I guess the game's over now, bye-bye. This route introduces us to a major plot point, that being the Gi parasites that can inhabit people and corpses, turning them into evil shitheads. I don't know how to feel about them, honestly. On one hand, it gives us reason to play the suspicion game that usually comes with death games, which is always fun. But on the other hand, what exactly is my reaction supposed to be? It's like, oh damn, Nozomi was the killer, except not really, because it's actually the evil bug inside her doing all the killing. Motive for committing murder is part of what makes killing games engaging. And the motive for this one being essentially fuck you, I'm evil now parasite is the opposite of engaging. This one also had us run around collecting boxes for hours, so that sucked. Still a solid route though. We managed to escape with Tsubasa and Hiriko, two of the best characters in the game anyway, so I don't see any reason why you wouldn't stop playing here. Next is the Cult of Takumi route. Why is this route a thing? Only bother with this one if you're into the fucked up kind of yaoi. The rest of us normal people ought to stay away. If you enjoyed this ending, sure, you do you, but don't ever talk to me. In fact, I want you as far away from me as possible at all times. You disgust me. I've never been so uncomfortable in all my life. This one even surpassed that one scene in UDG in terms of how fucked up it is. It's not even just about the... God, I can't believe I'm saying this. The grape that happens. No, before that even happens, everybody paralyzes Takumi and then proceeds to beat Nozomi to death right before his eyes. Imagine that. Imagine watching your former friends beat a loved one to death with nothing you can do to stop them. It's such a distasteful thing to include in a video game. And if you decide to go the other branching path, Takumi ends up graping the brainwashed Nozomi. So essentially this route is telling us to grape or be great. This one is insulting to my very soul, so down here you go. This isn't even mentioning the fact that we have to deal with everybody simping over Takumi for 60 days straight. Worst route, nothing even slightly redeeming to be found here. Next is the Vashnes route. Now this is a top tier storyline. And no, it's not just because she's hot. This route does everything right. It doesn't waste my time for one, it's short and sweet. It manages to not only humanize Vashnes to some degree, but also the other commanders. And it's the only route that does this. Vashnes and the commanders are such boring one-dimensional villains throughout 90% of this game, so they really needed the screen time. I especially love seeing the conflict of interest between the commanders, most notably Adamaki's feelings towards Vashnes, and the scenes between him and Tsubasa were, my god, just so good. God damn it, why couldn't we have more of this? Honestly, the worst thing about this route is that it's locked behind us having to tell Tsubasa to kill herself. But besides that, this might actually be my favorite route, I'm not even kidding. Everybody please tell Tsubasa to kill herself. Next up, the coming of age route. This route is a complete waste of time, because it's just another story about how Eito managed to trick everyone again and fuck everything up again. Takumi himself was a badass in this route, my god. Hiriko, on the other hand, went like this. Hiriko just accusing us of siding with the enemy with no conclusive evidence whatsoever. This route also wastes our time with the exploration bullshit again. They're like, oh, we need to find this Omega material thing, but oh shit, this thing we found, this isn't Omega, this is Sigma or something. I guess we'll have to spend more days looking for the real thing. Just blatant padding. They're not even ashamed of it. One thing I thought was really cute here was Shion's or FB's little crush on Tsubasa, but sadly that doesn't really go anywhere. Ultimately, this route was just decent. The ending was fine too. We got to fight Eito's final form again as the final boss again, so that's different. But it absolutely did not need to go on this long. It's filled to the brim with flagrant padding. It feels a bit unfinished. There are a lot of plot holes to be found here. So I'd say it's mostly just inoffensive. Next up, I went all the way back to when Darumi was still alive. It's amazing that we finally get to spend more time with Darumi, and I mean the actual Darumi, not the front she's always putting on. We learn more about her in 5 minutes of this route than we did the first 40 hours of this game. And I just love how much of a little buddy she is in this one. This scenario showed us just how good of a character Darumi truly is. On the other hand, Gaku and Ima were absolutely insufferable in this route, which shouldn't be a surprise, but my god, I wanted them to die in a fire so bad in this one. This route would have been amazing, but this is easily easily the most bloated route thus far. This is one that has us actually make it through day 100, and that was so unnecessary. We did not need to play through that many nights where literally nothing happened. Payoff was pretty good though, but if I'm being honest, I don't really understand Darumi's actions at the very end. She gives us an ultimatum where she would have Takumi kill her to achieve the best outcome, but why did she do that? I'm so confused. I'm gonna give this one a B tier. It could go up to an A tier if somebody gives me a reasonable explanation for doing what she did. Next up, oh god, this one. Remember in Zero Escape and AI Disharmonium Files where you actually get to accomplish something in every route you go down, and you end up learning some crucial pieces of information that are of value to the overall narrative in every ending you got? Yeah, we don't do that here. Here, have a route where the girls desperately try to get into Takumi's pants for 7 hours straight. Weren't we in the middle of a war or something? So yeah, ultimately this route is just another waste of time. I don't know how many times I've said that in this video. I don't mind having romance in my games, but I don't really care for it being the game. You know what would have made this route infinitely better? If Tsubasa puked straight into Takumi's mouth that one time. This one's pretty similar to the casual route in the sense that nothing interesting happens, but see, even though the romance route is longer, I can at least see the end in sight. Mokup made the rules of the game pretty clear from the get-go. I don't have to wonder about when this endless game of poker is going to end, you know? So this route was bad, but it isn't painfully bad. So in the C tier it goes. It's impressive how literally nobody died in this route, by the way. Wow, look at that. At this point, I have finished the entire lower half of the flowchart, minus the SF route, which I'm locked out of. So now we're going all the way back to the beginning of this big-ass, long-ass game and killing the shit out of Eito again. Okay, so right off the bat, we have a problem here. I killed Eito and absorbed his cryptoglobin. Why is he not taking control of my body like he did last time? Consistency is a foreign concept in this game, unless we're talking frogs. It's funny, because you'd only be concerned with Takumi's frog comments if you played the Box of Calamity's route first. Anyway, first up, I got the killing game route, the route where half of the cast turn into annoying shitheads for some reason. Ima being a little asshole doesn't surprise me, but Takamaru, Kako, Kyoshika, what the hell happened, guys? If there was at least a vague bit of evidence that can incriminate Takumi, I'd understand all the suspicion, but they have nothing. They just suddenly decided that Takumi is guilty until proven innocent. And I really wish Takumi himself would have taken a stronger stance and argued back or something, but no, he's just content being everybody's doormat. Now, on the flip side, even though half of the cast were annoying shitheads, the other half have never been more likable. I love how, because of the situation we find ourselves in this killing game and all, Takumi, Yugamu, Tsubasa, Hiroko, Nozomi, and Darumi, it's like they formed a little wholesome family to support and comfort each other. It is really cute, especially Takumi and Tsubasa's relationship. Same with Eva and Nozomi. I also want to highlight the bad ending called Escaping Our Fate, which was very messed up and sad, but the way the dialogue and even the name of the ending doesn't even acknowledge what's going on screen. It's because Takumi is still asleep. It's just brilliant. I think I'm giving this one a B tier as well. Decent, but not in any way a must play. And now we got the mystery route. One of the only two routes made by Kotaro Uchikoshi. And if I haven't made this clear by now, I freaking love this man. I think he's a storytelling genius. With that being said, this route is going straight to the S tier. I didn't even realize it was an Uchikoshi route until much later. And as soon as I saw his name next to the words mystery route, I went, that makes sense. First off, in a visual novel, murder mysteries always make things more interesting. And this time, it isn't just some dumb parasite doing the murders. No, there's actual intent behind each case. What's more, the game utilizes the persuasion mechanic in a really clever way in this one. I didn't much care for these at first, but in this context, it makes it feel like I'm playing a Danganronpa game again. Also, why the hell is Takumi so into it? This man really hit me with an ergo. Shout out to the flowcharts for telling me exactly who the culprit was each and every time, by the way. I would have never figured Eva out otherwise. We get two big-ass time skips in this one, which I'm very grateful for this far into the game. It respects my time. Why couldn't all routes do that? So as we're solving these murders, we're also trying to figure out who the puppet master manipulating people into committing committing these crimes in the first place really are. Which, I mean, I played the box of Calamity's route, it's pretty clear who it is. But of course, they locked me out of it as I was fully invested. God damn it, Uchikoshi, why do you always do this? Anyway, we unlock it later on, confront the mastermind, and manage to get a happy ending by the end of this. Such a good route, man. This is 100 line at its peak. You kind of have to play a bunch of other routes to get this one though, so that's its only shortcoming. At this point, I was getting pretty tired of this game. I just wanted it to end. Naturally, to tame my frustration a bit, I needed to go feral and just kick someone in the shins, which led me to the slasher route. This is where frogs come back into play, because if you notice Takumi's comments about them early on, you kind of already know who the actual slasher is. So going through another slow 100 days with the mystery kind of already being solved is a bit of a slog. The only mystery left really is when did the Gi parasite get inside us to begin with, which we only figure out at the very end. This storyline would have been a whole lot more entertaining if we actually did some investigating and got in some clues alongside every murder, but no, we were just there waiting for everyone to drop like flies. No progress being made whatsoever for 100 days. Oh, and suddenly zombies, by the way, getting Green Code flashbacks. I think this branch should have been split between the slasher and then zombie routes, but no, it's just one route. Because the zombie thing, it's pretty much its own thing. It plays like your typical zombie horror flick, nothing really to write home about. On that same subject though, can we stop with these side-scrolling stealth sections? These are bad for my heart. This storyline showed me that I wouldn't last 2 minutes playing an actual horror game. And guys, for fuck's sake, can you stop splitting up? That's how bad things start to happen. But this route does have its moments. Even if the truth at the end was obvious, the path we took to get there wasn't as obvious. It was cool, yet kind of fucked up doing the old switcheroo and having us control zombie Takumi this time and chasing down the others instead. But ultimately, I can't help but feel like this route was only made to set up the SF route, which references the events of this route all the time, and I hate that. So I could do without this one. C tier. Okay, now that I know I'm actually the bad guy here, let me not attack the Chainsaw Man, and somehow that led to the most painful route imaginable in this shitfest of a game. The comedy route. Or comedy route, rather. I know, this route is just a joke. Haha, very funny. But did we really need to have 10 of the 100 endings tied to it? Nothing fucking happens in this one. Nothing. Literally nothing. This is just free time the video game now, which I don't even need because I maxed everyone out at this point. But no, to be honest, this route does have at least one very tough decision you have to make. What difference could this possibly make? Okay, I'm gonna... No, meat first. Oh god, no. No. They did not just do this. They did not just tell me to go find 4 different materials out there on opposite sides of the fucking map. Twice in a row in 2 separate branches. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. This is the worst route ever. This entire thing is the very epitome of we have run out of ideas. You're going in the D tier, fuck you. I'm gonna go cool off for a bit after that one, so I'll see you later, guys. And finally, we're at the steady fundamental route. After over 150 hours of dealing with Kodaka bullshit, I'm ready for some Uchikoshi mindfucks. This route answers a lot of unanswered questions, which is fantastic, and it's the only route that has us leap from one route to the other and search for the perfect ending. But unfortunately, this route is plagued yet again by some shit-ass pacing problems, which is especially disappointing considering this is most likely going to be the final route people are going to play. It's like, game, you don't need to keep asking us if we need to skip these battles. Can't you just skip them automatically? We've already sure to have done this multiple times at this point just to get here. Not to mention, we spent the first 30 days looking for a fucking book that Eito swapped ages ago. Eito, I love you, but can you get off my ass? I don't have time for this right now. I want to finish this game. Speaking of Eito, why was it so easy to fix him up this time? Why is he so enthusiastic to help us suddenly? Why does he know so much about time looping? I swear, it's like he's making shit up as he goes. They did Eito's character so dirty in this route. It's such a hastily written plot too. New plot points appear out of nowhere, and it's just very disappointing, especially for Uchikoshi. This route essentially exists to give us an ending where everybody makes it out, alright? Minus the romance route, but that was just a joke. But the journey to get there was not fun, but the biggest crime of all. I was hoping for this route to answer all of the game's unanswered questions. But no, there are multiple loose ends that are never resolved in this game. Kodaka, Uchikoshi, I did not spend 190 hours on this game just to have more questions by the end. Who is Goto? Who was the woman who recovered Kakuji's body? Noriro Inone. Who the fuck is that? And most importantly, what the fuck did Tsubasa and Takemaru see on the satellite at the end of the first 100 days to make them react the way they did? What is this? What happened? Is the game not over yet? Is there a hidden ending I missed or something? Are there 101 endings? I'm so confused. This route could have been way better, but it just disappointed me. It's going in B tier. And with that, we have ranked every single route in the 109 Last Defense Academy. Final thoughts on the game. I liked it. I loved it at some point, but the more I played, the more I just wanted it to be over. It's very disappointing, especially because Uchikoshi was involved. I don't think this game needed 100 different endings, because most of them are just boring slop. ChatGPT could come up with better endings than most of these. This game having 100 endings was just a marketing scheme to get people to talk about it. That's all it is. If this was a focused experience with only a couple endings, preferably the ones in S and A tier, this would have been one of my favorite games of all time. As it stands though, I give the 109 Last Defense Academy an 8 out of 10. It is currently my 94th favorite game of all time, and it's my 71st favorite JRPG. That's it from me. Subscribe for more gaming content just like this, and if you happen to like games like 109 and Danganronpa, keep an eye out for my next video. I'll see you guys there. See ya.